What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another video, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. Today I'm going to be showcasing a couple of customs that I have done recently, and some of them not so recently. So I am a customizer. I don't post custom videos as much as I want to. I have tons of ideas, but I am on a very limited budget, and I'm going to want to get the stuff that I want before I can get recipes for things that I want to make, if that makes sense. So I do have a couple work in progress kind of things, things that I've tried that I'm not a huge fan of, but today I'm going to showcase a couple of things that I have made that I'm really proud of and I'm really happy, and I want to showcase and get my idea out there before somebody else makes it and I'm like, damn, they're going to think I stole my idea or stole their idea. So without further ado, let's hop into it. Starting with something I made a long time ago. If you can't already tell, this is me. Now, this shirt, when I first did it, I got a little 1/12 shirt off of Amazon, I think, or eBay or something. And then my girlfriend ironed on this here cap logo. I do want to redo this. The pants are still pretty good, and the shoes are from Luke Cage, I believe. The base body is actually that Amazon exclusive Wolverine. I popped these in there, shaved that down so that I could get the pants over. I gave them the best turtle. The problem is the bicep swivel broke on this side. I forget how I broke it, but I freaking broke it on this side. The butterfly joint still works. And then I took the Hugh Jackman head and put glasses on it from an Alfred figure. The glasses broke, unfortunately, so it's very smudgy and gluey. And then the hat isn't great neither. This was one of my first attempts at a custom. Now, considering how long ago I did this, I'm actually still pretty happy with it. There are things that I would change. I have new arms that I would want to get. It's just a matter of, can I get them at an affordable price sometime soon? I don't know. My goal is to get another 1/12 shirt, and then I would like a different head. I do want to try the new Hasbro face scanning thing because I need two heads. I'm going to use this for something else, but I do need two heads that I would like to, use this one for something else, and then I do want to get that Hasbro head. I just wish it wasn't $60, but they did add glasses, so that'll be one less thing I gotta do. Plus, I do have way more tattoos than is shown on this at this point. These are for this arm, and then this one is my other arm, but I do have a Batman tattoo here. I have a Captain America tattoo up on the shoulder, a Superman tattoo, one for my mom over here, and I'm not even gonna do the legs, but I think overall, I still really like this. It was one of my first customs. I definitely wanted to make me, and this is something I definitely will be revisiting in the future. I feel horrible, but to go along with me, I made my cat. So if you go on my TikTok, I have a cat. His name's Pito. He's a very bad boy, but I love him very much. So I got this little cat, and I painted it to look like him. He wears a blue collar. I do need to get a blue collar for him. I don't really know what I'll use. Maybe just a little piece of putty and whatnot, and let that dry on there. But that's my little boy. That's Daddy's little boy. I love him. He is bad, but he sits next to me on the shelf, or he'll stand next to me on the shelf when I have him displayed on there. But yeah, that's my little boy. Next up on the list is Danny Phantom. Now, I am a big fan of making old cartoon characters into realistic type character designs, I guess. I don't really know. I did do this with Crimson Chin, and the Crimson Chin turned out great. I actually even had Butch Hartman comment on my Instagram, which, how many people can say that? That is freaking awesome. Say what you want about Butch, but he took the time to comment on my video. This is already outdated, and this upsets me because I worked pretty hard to get all the paint off of this guy, but they made a pinless body, and I want the pinless body, so I'm probably going to wind up buying that pinless body and redoing this, and then maybe trying to sell this, because it really wasn't that much work. It was more just spending a night getting the paint off of the gloves and the boots, cutting off that little bit of where the morpher goes or whatever. The hardest part was painting the inside of the butterfly joints, because unfortunately the butterfly joints were white, so they still work. And you can see that the finish isn't great on them, and I'm working on finishing that. But that was the most annoying part. And then the head, but I finished the head. I actually took a Tom Holland head, if you couldn't tell, and it surprisingly works well. I did a gray wash in there. Then I gave him the bright green eyes that do glow in the dark, which I won't be able to show right now, but they do glow in the dark. And then what I did for the logo was I printed out a bunch of different sizes of the D, and then I went ahead and put it on there, cut it out, and put sealant over top of it. And then when it's sealed, I just sprayed the whole thing. Unfortunately, the matte finish that I got kind of sucks and really made this like not work too well. I also have an effect part of like a red or a green flame. I'm sorry, a green flame that I put around his fist. I don't know where that got to, but it is somewhere around here. So I will be doing a 2.0 of this guy with the pinless body for the Black Ranger. I might see if I can just transfer the shoulders from this one over to that one, because then I won't have to do anything crazy, and then I would just have to reprint this and plop the head over. So the hardest part is over. It's just a matter of, do I want to spend the time and money in searching down the pinless one? Probably. But for right now, I'm pretty happy to have this Danny Phantom. He looks great next to my Crimson Chin. If you haven't seen that video, scroll down, look it up. Custom 1/12 Crimson Chin. He's one of my favorite customs. He's probably to this day my favorite custom that I've done. So yeah, Danny Phantom. Now this is stuff that I'm really proud of, that I'm really, really happy that I was able to come up with this idea, or these ideas. So I've kind of been working up the scale. I go back and forth on which one I like more, but I think for personal reasons, I'll save the other one for second to last. But I did do a custom Marco from Saga. I am a big Saga fan. I'm not caught up on the most recent books when they came back recently within the last year or two. And I have not read that yet, which kind of sucks. I do want to. I have to read a lot of textbooks, so do not really have the time for that. But I made Marco. I took the McFarlane Toys Harry Potter, painted it up. It's not perfect, the paint. I am going to glue the jacket down just so I don't have to repaint that again. And I wish this jacket was unzipped, because technically Marco wears like an undershirt that's green and then his shirt is yellow. But it would, I don't know, it just was bothering me, so I had to make it as accurate as possible. And then I just did a dry brush over the rest of the jacket, left some of the brown seeping through to make it like look dirty. And then I took the McFarlane Toys Flash unmasked head from the Flashpoint Flash, because I was never going to use that. And I plopped that on there, got a ram. It was like $6 off of Amazon. Cut the ears off, matched the skin tone, paint a little bit in there, and cut the horns off and plopped them on there. And it's not perfect, but I painted the hair. And then he needs a matte coat too. I need a good matte coat. I need like I think Robo from the Foosh uses like super dull coat or whatever. And then the last thing I did, I left the pants exactly the same. The pants are good. And then I just popped on the McFarlane Toys, one of the Batman figures that I had laying in the fodder box. I thought the boots looked better on there. So yeah, one of my favorite customs. He stands on my comic book shelf, or in my comic book display. I'm very proud of this. Here's to getting a whole line of these. I do have an idea for, what is her name? Alana, I think. His wife. I don't really have an idea for anybody else, though. I do want to do Prince Robot very badly. I have a couple ideas. There's some figures coming out that could potentially be used for it, but I don't really know. I would love to get a whole thing out. The Will would be amazing to get, and Lion Cat. So if you guys have any ideas, I'm happy to try them out. This is something I would dish money into. So yeah, here's Marco. This one only got put up a little bit higher than Marco because I am very proud of it to begin with, but for personal reasons, I made my school's mascot into an action figure. So go Aggies. I attend Delaware Valley University, for those who don't know. I am a wildlife major with a minor in conservation. I love animals, and I love my school. So what I did was make a custom Caesar, which is so weird that I think about it. Two customs that I used a ram, a different ram. But what I did was I took one of those like really cheap rams from like the dollar store and cut off his head and shaped it to the body. Then I took I should pop that off, but I took the head joint from this Tom Holland figure, which I also used the head from this Tom Holland figure on this. Nothing gets wasted around here. And glued the ball joint into the head, if you can see that. So he's got full range, and I am not worried about this breaking at all. And then luckily our logo Like, our colors are green and yellow. The green shirt already works. My uniform for when I do tours is to wear khakis and shoes like this, so that I left that untouched. And then what I did was I took the extra Black Panther hands, because I always want my Black Panther clawed, to get the gray, and I just painted a little bit of yellow on top. And now he's got like these big hoofed hands kind of thing. He usually only has 3 fingers, like a thumb, which is like more like a dew claw, dew hoof. And then I got the ram tail and I glued that on there. And then I painted the DVU logo on there. What I think I want to do is get this off and then cut out and do like the technique that I did on here. It's a little bit different on this because this has texture, but yeah, I'm super happy with this. I just have him standing on the shelf like this. Because why not? I took a bunch of awesome photos a while back of him around campus that I do want to show the school, but I don't know if I really want to. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. This will always be a part of my collection. Something that I'm very proud of and, you know, can't get enough of. For those who really are fans of the Zach Toys channel, you knew this was coming. So this is not my custom, obviously. Here is a Frank Castle. I'm a big Punisher fan. I actually used to hate the Punisher until I watched the show. And then I fell in love with the character. He is one of my favorite characters from Marvel. He's awesome. He's badass, right? But obviously I didn't make this. But if you follow me on TikTok a little bit ago, I posted I was going to be making him a toy. Yep. I went and made the Punisher van, and holy crap, am I proud of this damn thing. So what we did here was take the new TMNT Movies van and paint that sucker up to look like the Punisher van. Now, I think some other people were doing this. I haven't really seen anybody finish it the way that I've done it. Let me know if somebody else did it, because they probably did it better than me, but I'm pretty happy with what I made here. Is it perfect 1/12 scale? No. It's a little small, but honestly, not really, and I don't fucking care. So, let's go over what I did here. First off, I got a screwdriver and took everything apart that I could have. I did leave the wheels on, but I took off the front guard bumper. Before I popped on the head rack, I forget what this thing's called. Before I popped that on, I took them off. I unscrewed the giant pizza thing that goes on top here, like the button. So this button does not work anymore, which I don't care about at all. I unscrewed the back bumper here, and I unscrewed the top from the bottom. So to separate them, because I used 2 main colors here, black and silver. So taped off things that I wanted silver or black, sprayed everything black first. It took like 3 coats to get everything that I wanted. You can kind of see in certain spots. I'm not the best with spray paint, to be honest. It gets a little clumpy in certain spots. I don't hate it at all, but it does happen a couple times. This does still open, by the way. Like, he can definitely get in there. And obviously, the high friction parts are going to have yellow. I don't know what happened, why these are yellow. I don't really care, though, because I'll show him in there in a second. But then I sprayed the stuff silver, and then I put the stickers that actually came with the Turtles van on there. I did wind up missing one of these lights, but I kind of like that it's out. It actually doesn't bother me. My favorite detail that I did that I don't think a lot of people are going to do or thought of is put this cannon on the top. So I took this from the Gunslinger spawn from McFarlane Toys and glued it, fit perfectly in that slot. And I glued that on there to mimic the original, I think it was Kenner, I don't know, the original toy back then. This door still does open. This whole interior is painted black as well. Is this dust? Jesus Christ. I've had this sitting for about a month and a half now, but my goal would be to like furnish it and kind of fill it with like extra weapons, like glue them on the wall so he's got like an arsenal, maybe tie up like a bad guy and just like a regular street clothes person and just have him like sitting there. I think that'd be awesome. And then on the back, you can see that I put the lights on there as well. I painted the silver on the back bumper. And then this little thing was a cool detail I did too. I had to scrape off this little skull from this part here on the Gatling gun, and I was like, oh, that'll look cool somewhere, so I put it right there and then sprayed over it, and that looks perfect. And then obviously what I did was did a little bit of a dry brush over the wheels and then use a toothbrush to spray the brown on the side to mimic like dirt or mud. I think I went a little heavy on the dirt and mud, but I also don't care. I thought about cutting out bullet holes to put all over, but then I was like, nah, I think I want it clean. And then the last thing that I did before sealing it and, trying to put a metallic finish on it, which it actually turned out pretty good. I did the same technique that I talked about with Danny Phantom of sizing these up, printing them out, kind of layering them with sealant and putting on the logo. So without further ado, let's take a look at old Frankie boy in here. What I usually do is have him put his gun out the window. Take a seat, Frank. Get him in there in his chair and put his hand up. And this thing come with a window on the front, so you can kind of just plug it in there. And it's easy to work with, which is fine by me. And luckily, the steering wheel is black, so you don't got to worry about friction. But, boom. Again, is it a little small? Yes. Is it also freaking epic? Absolutely. So, when the time comes to get my big Marvel display together, Frank is staying in the van. I've always wanted a Punisher van, but I wanted an affordable option. This costed me $50 and a little bit of time. So yeah, because I already had the paint and I know how to paint. And then I did intentional scuffing along the silver. Unfortunately I forgot that this was green underneath, so I don't really like that. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with this custom, and I think it turned out. I also painted the undercarriage silver because I didn't want it to be cartoony at all. I actually want a second one of these vans, so if I ever find one for cheap, I probably will pick up a second one just to have with the turtles and leave it as turtles. But yeah, very happy to have this. So yeah, here is my first ever Zach Toys custom showcase. I love making customs. I have great ideas. I tried to do a couple things that I wanted to get for this video and finish up for this video, but they just, they did not go as planned. I tried to make a Barbie and she looks kind of horrendous, so might try to fix that up. But I do have a couple other customs planned. I do want to fix the Barbie because I really do want a Barbie figure in my collection. But yeah, I am a very modest customizer. I'm not one of these amazing dudes. I'm not great at painting figures. I don't know why. I never had the best luck with it. I gotta get a little bit better at it, but I don't really have the money and the time to dedicate to teach myself how to do better right now. So I work with the art skills that I have, as I did go to art school for a while, to make what I can and have fun doing it. So I believe that's all I got for today. So please let me know how I did. Let me know what your favorite is. Personally, I'm very proud of the van, and I also really like my school's logo because, again, it means a lot to me. But all of these are things that I'm very proud of. And I plan on making more, so stay tuned. But with all that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. So if you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, as I post a lot over there and I have a lot of fun. Also follow me on Letterboxd, guys. I post a lot of Letterboxd reviews and I love movies, so go ahead and do that. But as always, let me know. You gonna try any of these out? You copping any of these figures to try? Let me know. See you guys in the next one. Peace. What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.